Welcome back, artists. I am ready to start thinking about what I would like to do for my painting. So we're going to use some crayons and markers or whatever you have available to you. And we're going to start with the primary colors of crayons. And your job is to draw 3 lines with each color. These lines should start and stop on an edge, and you should incorporate at least one of each of the different types that we learned about. So I'm going to start with yellow, and I'm going to start with a horizontal line. I'm going to put mine up a little bit higher. So I'm going to start on the edge, draw across, and the nice thing about horizontal lines, at least in this case, is that I can follow a line. So now I have 1 yellow line. I need 2 more. I think maybe next I'll do a curved line. Maybe I'll start at the top here, and I'll sort of wiggle my way down. And I think I'm gonna make it go off the bottom. So remember, a curved line is one that that changes direction. Whoopsies, pressed a little hard on my crayon. A curved line is one that changes direction slowly, so it's a nice smooth edge, similar to the letter S. And then I have 1 more yellow line to draw. And I also want to think about spaces. So this space is kind of small, this space is pretty big, this space is kind of big. So I'm going to try to draw a line that will divide these 2 spaces. Maybe I'll do a diagonal line. So I'll start over here, and I'll angle my way down to the other edge of my paper. Now I have my yellow lines done. I could also mark off the ones that I've done. So I have a horizontal, check. I have a diagonal, check. And I have a curvy. Okay, so I have at least 3 more I have to do. And some of these could repeat. So next I'll do red, and then I'll do blue. Now that I have completed my lines, so I have 3 blue lines, I have 3 red lines, I have 3 yellow lines, and I have used at least each type of line once, it's now time to start to color my spaces. Now this is a good practice to see where a space is. So you can see my finger here is outlining a space that was made between the blue curved line, the red zigzag line, the yellow diagonal line, and the blue horizontal line. Now we use primary colors for the lines. Our next job is to use secondary colors for the spaces. Ideally, you want to use crayon for the lines and then markers so that the markers don't smudge when you go next to the lines. If you do use markers, you'll just want to be careful when you're coloring. So the first job when we color with markers is to outline the shape. I am going along the edge, and then I can fill in my shape using lines. And this is just a good practice of our coloring, our 3-star coloring with markers. Outline the shape first, use lines to fill in, and soft pressure. You shouldn't have to press hard with your markers, so it wears down the tips. Now that I've finished this shape with this green color, I could do another shape with this color, but I don't want to do it here. We don't want to have colors next to each other. So this shape shouldn't be this color, this one, or this one. I could do another shape over here with this green color. And now I have 2 shapes that are green. We have to make sure we include at least 3 shapes that are green, 3 shapes that are purple, and 3 shapes that are orange. You can add more, because obviously we have more than 9 shapes here. but the job is to make sure the same colors are not next to each other. And I could also use different values. So you could use a lighter green or a darker green. So I could use this dark green and maybe put this shape over here, or this color over here. And use it more than once. So I'll spend the rest of the time coloring in my shapes with secondary colors.